Hey guys, and how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Trains with Shane, and this is going to be another Will It Run video. Oh no, it's a Bachmann. Means it's garbage, right? Well, yes and no, maybe. We'll see. This isn't very old. Of course, it's part of their Spectrum line, so it's not very new. What we've got is a little GE 44-ton switcher. I didn't have one of these in N scale. I own one in HO scale, but I'm currently having it painted by a professional. So, I wanted to have this in N scale for a couple different reasons. Mostly to create a very specific scene. The color is going to have to change on this for that. But that's neither here nor there. I bought this off of Facebook Marketplace. A gentleman who is involved with a train club up north, and they're getting rid of a bunch of stuff, so I may end up with more. We'll see. Paid more than I wanted to for this, but I just can't find them anywhere. I even put a feeler out looking, and one guy replied and said, "Hey, I've got one, blah, blah, blah." He hem-hawed around for 2 days and then decided that he didn't want to sell it. I mean, why reach out to someone who's looking for one if you're not going to sell it? That's just being a doorknob, in my opinion. Either have your mind made up or don't contact me, you know? Simple as that. So, this isn't brand new, but it appears to have very little use on it, because if you can see, guys, the paint is not obscured by, not obscured, it's not all smudged up with finger oils and stuff. Looks like we've got a little holiday wreath. Spirit of Christmas right there, guys. This may end up being a holiday train because of that. Looks like the fire extinguisher and danger 300-volt signs are legible with magnification. That's pretty cool. It's a tiny bit dusty. We've got Bachmann Easy Mate couplers. I found these to be pretty decent. Detail isn't bad. Paint is opaque, and the parting lines here between the white and the red are good, and the yellow, you can tell the yellow's a bit thick, but that's okay, it's N scale. Got good detail on front. Let's pop this thing out of here. Zoom you guys back out. That was really cool. This phone's got a really good camera on it. Gently pop this guy out of here. And yes, DCC equipped. I didn't care whether this was DCC or not. DC would have been fine, but it is DCC, so we will have it. Handrails look pretty good. Honestly, it's a great looking little model. Look at that. We've even got windshield wiper detail, a single chime horn, probably like a tugboat horn. Details are exact same on the other side. The wheels aren't incredibly clean. You guys can see that. There's a little bit of schmutz on them. There's a little bit of gunk. Is that oil, or is that like... Nah, it could just be stuff. It's hard to tell, even under magnification. Yeah, see those wheels a little crusty there. May need a little tidy before she runs, but it's that time of the program where we get her over onto a test track, find out what she does and what she doesn't do. I'll see you guys over there. Alright guys, we're back on the switching layout. But Shane, the switching layout is DC. Normally it is, but I've got it on a quick disconnect here, hooked up to that mess, which you guys will no doubt know goes to a throttle. And for this intents and purposes, we're going to use an NCE power cab. I've already got address number 3 plugged in here. This should be on the default. I've had this this power cab for, I don't know, 4 years, 5 years, maybe a little longer. I can probably count on 2 hands the number of times I've used it. Mostly because I don't have a dedicated layout and it's kind of cumbersome to uncart all this junk and hook it up. But anyways, let's see if I can get you guys in position here. Let's see. Man, I just can't do anything today. Well, the headlight works. Of course, I got the train sitting on the track the wrong way. So bring you guys to the far end here. Headlight works. Let's try to dial up some power here. Oh, we got a little bit out of it. And she stopped. Let's change direction here. Well, she wants to go. Yeah, that is not fantastic, but it's a sign of life. Zoom out. Try the other way again. Yeah, not great, is it? I'm going to stop that there, I think. So, does it run? Yes, but it's not great. Our problem might lie in that little bit of dirt we found on the wheels. My track is pretty clean, so I don't think that's the issue. So yeah, let's get it back over to the disgusting workbench. See if we can get it give it a little bit of a tidy, like we have with the other locomotives we've worked on that have exhibited similar behavior. And we'll see if we can get it going. I'll see you back over there. All right, we're back over on the disgusting workbench. I am not entirely sure how to get the mechanism out of this thing. Well, that's handy. I didn't notice. Check out that arrow there, guys. I guess that tells you what direction is forward. Direction with the horn on it. I'm going to be very careful trying to get this out because these handrails are very delicate. Let's see if we can just get our fingernailies in here, spread this part of the shell. Does not seem to be bearing any fruit here. All right, let's see if we can use the old trick here where we see this, guys, where we did that move at all? No, it did not. I'm going to be careful because this is all delicate. I may have to remove the coupler boxes, although those don't seem to be holding the mechanism in there. Well, you know, we may not have to go that far. I mean, we could just get away with cleaning up the wheels. So let's start with that, and if that doesn't work out, then it won't work out. But you guys know how I clean wheels. If you watched this channel before, you know that I take the very fine grit sandpaper. Man, I hope it works on a DCC thing though, because I can't really rev this sucker up and get the wheels spinning. I don't want to try to hook DC up to it because I don't know if it's a dual mode decoder or not. I don't know, guys. You shouting at the screen yet? Try to give this a couple more drops here. That didn't budge. Oh, look at that. Coupler cut lever separately applied. Sweet. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to just try to manually get in here and clean these wheels. I don't have elephant hands or anything by any stretch, but this is so small and fiddly, I don't think I can do it in such a way where you guys will be able to see it. So I will see what I can come up with, and I will bring you guys back once I figure it out. Alright guys, I've got updates. Despite what it says on Spookshow, this was not easy to get off. I mean, it is a matter of, you know, spreading it right here, and the thing is supposed to pop out, but this thing was on there. It was a two-person effort, me getting all my fingernails in there to pull the chassis apart and someone else to pull down on the trucks. Once that was done, you can see we've got a pretty normal, you know, motor inside of a split frame with a decoder on top. I mean, it's classic, you know, N-scale as you would expect it. So the system here is not unlike my little Kato RS3s that I love so much, except that we've got wipers on both sides, as you can see here, little copper ones with little nubs that come up and contact pads on either side of the split frame. And of course you can see with the wire here, the motor is isolated. And I think they're actually using NMRA standard colors, if I remember correctly, brown and orange and all that stuff. Anyway, there's a little bundle of goo on the top of the stuff there. Surface mount LEDs for directionals. The thing about this is the white corresponds to the white arrow here. So you have to assemble it this way and not that way, even though I would think that it should be symmetrical, but maybe it has to do with the horn on top, denoting that that's forward. So anyway, not a huge deal. This does make life a ton easier for me cleaning this little dude up. This little chassis is heavy, by the way. I'm really happy with the construction of this. As you can see, I've not finished cleaning our wheels yet. Let's see, they're still crusty. Me having this apart is going to make it a ton easier. So I'm just going to get her done, and I'll bring you back when we get it all assembled. Alright guys, I've got everything back together. A couple of notes on what I did. You guys know I cleaned the wheels, of course. The wipers looked like they were in really good shape. They were really clean. The back sides of the wheels themselves were very clean. The wheels, I don't know what they had on them, but 91% isopropyl alcohol wouldn't touch it. Neither would odorless mineral spirits. So I had to resort to the sandpaper. Polished up the wheels, got them nice and clean, shiny. Went over them afterward with a little bit of isopropyl just to clean any like dust or remnants off that might have been left by the polishing process. The two little contacts where the copper comes up and touches the split frame, I gave those a little bit of a clean too, and a tiny bit of pressure just to bend them up a very tiny bit to make firmer contact with the split frame. And also, while I had the thing apart, I cleaned up those contact points on the split frame as well. Like you've seen me do on any split frame Kato manufactured RS3 or GP7 or whatever. It was the same exact process. So we're back over here. Got our power cab ready to go. We have lights. Let's notch her up and see if we have power. Ooh, we're creeping. Slow speed looks to be working. Let's notch her up a couple more. And we're running. Let's change direction. Notch her back down to 10. Oh, she stalled. I was about to talk about how good the slow speed creep of this thing is. It's probably a dirty little spot on my track there. But yeah, the results speak for themselves, guys. I'm really happy I was able to make this one work. Let's get a little headlight on here. Performs really well now. Go ahead and stop that there. Powered back down. Final thoughts. This isn't the first DCC locomotive that I've had apart, but it is the first one that I have had a part that had a factory installed decoder in it. I would love for this thing to have sound, but there just isn't room to sneak even a Loc Sound Micro, I don't think. But I don't know if you guys think it would it could happen. Leave a comment down below. And will it run? Yes, it will. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. We've got some more DCC stuff. I've got a couple more pieces that I haven't messed with yet, as well as a DCC a build for a control system. The holidays are coming up. We're about a week off from Thanksgiving here in the States, and there are a lot of options out there for DCC, but most of them involve buying something like this and dealing with all this kind of chotkas here, which that's great. It's also, I mean, this thing was like 180 bucks, and that was 5 or 6 years ago, and things haven't gotten any cheaper since then. Of course, you can buy used, as I do, but I'm going to put together a video. I've already got the components. I just have to do it. And I'm going to put a DCC++ or a DCC++ EX base station together for your inexpensive DCC needs. So look forward to that. And with that, I would like to thank you all so much for joining. That was a little callback to SMT Mainline, because that's how he always ends his videos. Anyway, guys, see ya. Bye.